2K Sports welcomes you to the following presentation of the NBA.
And the starting lineups has concluded. So just hello, everyone, and welcome to this Saturday. Both teams tonight dealing with some injury. Here's a look at who's out for the evening.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. The high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Norman Powell is out there with Robert Covington, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. And for Los Angeles, Jackson is out there with Paul George. Then there's Batum. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Zubac in at the 5 spot. So the Portland Trail Blazers able to put the first points up on the board. Plenty of experience, Greg, on the floor tonight. How does that shape what we're about to see, do you think?
You know, Kevin, this is one of those games where guys are going to be smart out on the floor. They're going to be in the right positions to make plays. And honestly, this could come down to who makes the bigger, tougher shots.
There's Nurkic putting it right back in.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Leonard, the pass to Zubac. Leonard on the wing, guarded by Powell. And Leonard gets it to go.
The power, the length, the ability to finish. Leonard dominant in that painted area.
Lillard from outside. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist by Lillard. Nurkic has got 6 points.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Now, here's Zubac. Leonard attacking. Lock at 6. Zubac no good. The Trailblazers have gone 3 of 4 from the field to start out the game. And a wide open look for McCollum, off target with his 3.
There was a mix-up defensively. Left him all alone. He just couldn't hit it.
The 3 from George. And it's Portland with the rebound.
In OKC, Paul George showed he could be an MVP caliber performer. With Kawhi on the Clippers, he could be that 1B or that 1A.
Now Leonard following the three-point attempt by C.J. McCollum. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Common occurrence for Leonard. Once he makes his way to the rim, Kawhi levels up.
And PG, you know, he has the versatility to succeed in different roles. Doesn't have to dominate the ball.
Yes, and if anything, he's more comfortable scoring within the flow of the offense. With his all-around impact, doesn't need to force things to make winning plays. But if you need him to, he can.
Catching up on the changes for the Clippers. Patterson comes in for Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Reggie Jackson. Now Leonard. After the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. And here's George for 3. That shot is off. Portland's gone 0-4 from three-point land to start out. Looking cold from outside. Kicks it out to McCollum. Good. Great play by Lillard to set it up. Lillard's got 3 assists now in this one. And it's Rondo with the ball for the Clippers. It's a 3-point game. Pass to Patterson. Covington against Batum. The shot will not fall. And the Trailblazers going the other way. Here's McCollum. Up again, and Cantor able to finish.
And usually amongst the leaders in the offensive rebound rate, Cantor gives your team found points off misses.
Now, here's George. He's still scoreless so far in this one. It's good on the putback.
You know, his positioning near the hoop, always to his advantage. Just a terrific job to tip that one back in.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Carmelo Anthony is checked in for Robert Covington. Derek Jones comes in for Norman Powell, and it's Simons in for Lillard. Here's McCollum. Very pretty alley-oop layup.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
Now here's Rondo, trailing by 5. Pass to Kennard. Shot from 16. Rebounded by McCollum. Portland's gone 1 of 5 from downtown in the first quarter. Points out there have been hard to come by. Here's Cantor. Again, the Trailblazers good for 2.
Really crisp, intelligent passing to make that basket possible.
Rondo kicks to Kennard. Offline with his 3.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
Simons, the pass to Jones. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
They've had better patience, better shot selection so far, but we still have a long way to go.
And we reached the end of the first quarter. And so far through one quarter, it's been a lopsided game. We'll see if that changes here in the second. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
Yes, what they do, they take away the things that teams like to do offensively, also keeping them out of sync.
Here are the 5 Portland has to start the second quarter. Enes Kanter is out there with Anthony. Then it's Jones. Then there's McCollum. And it's Simons in at the 1. Kanter, the pass to Simons. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Trailblazers will retain possession. And the Clippers making a switch here. Zubac is checked in. And Portland with a change here too. Yusuf Nurkic. He's checked in for Kanter. Here's McCollum. He clangs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. McCollum's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers. Jackson passes to Mann. In the corner, it's Morris. Outside Jackson. Passes it to Zubac. Jacks up a 3. Rebound by the Trailblazers. Nurkic has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside, Jones. And it's Jones finishing it off.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
That's how you run pick and roll. Kennard's a smart player who's gotten better at creating for others.
Boy, Greg, there is a lot to like offensively for Luke Kennard.
I tell you, he can shoot it. He's a crafty finisher and really improving as a passer. The question mark is the defensive end. 6'5" in height and wingspan, not elite tool, so he's got to get by on his instincts and his anticipation.
It's not going to go for him. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Outside Jackson. Got a piece of it. On the wing, Morris. Taken away by Anthony. And now Jones running the floor all by himself. Oh!
Wow! I can't believe that one.
That was incredible.
And how's that for a one-man show? Put this fella on Broadway.
The most magnificent alley-oop we could have seen. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Misses the layup. Clippers trail by 11. The pass to Kennard. Clippers moving the ball around. Here's Mann. He is guarded by McCollum. Morris against Anthony. Just 3 to shoot. Morris passes to Zubac. Great D that time from Nurkic. Trailblazers leading by 11. He lobs up the alley-oop. Oh,
goodness.
Where did that come from?
I loved it.
That was beautiful.
Loved it.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Here's Kennard. And again, it's the Clippers missing. And so it's Anthony bringing it up for the Portland Trail Blazers. Their defense has only allowed 4 points in the quarter, and the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Here's what Portland's going with right now. Robert Covington's checked in for Jones. Norman Powell comes in for McCollum. And Damian Lillard is subbed in for Anthony Simons.
That's not the type of opportunity he fails to convert very often.
And Portland again with the bucket.
Oh, great ball movement there.
1:02 left in the first half. And George kicks to Batum. Back to George. To stop the run. That's good, and it's Leonard with the assist.
Excellent concentration from Paul George, overwhelming the aggressive defense with his strength and determination.
Puts it up. Anthony, the pass to Nurkic. Batum with the ball. Now Anthony defending. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Because of George's strong defensive instincts, he's able to consistently disrupt opponents.
It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Here's Nurkic, and finished off by Nurkic.
And once he gets clear off the screen, there is no stopping him.
No, not when there's a flush waiting to happen.
That's a big-time move and a big-time finish.
Basket counts.
The way he glides around the court doesn't look like Jackson is moving as fast as he really is.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. And he makes the first. The free throw is good from Lillard.
Probably as close to a sure thing as you can have at the free throw line.
In the corner, George with it. Fires from deep. And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Portland out in front. Thank you, David, and we'll be right back after halftime to start the third quarter.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, after 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They're leading by 16. Kenny, what was your... And that'll about...
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. One guy who's been getting it done is Jusuf Nurkic.
Yeah, and early on, he has been feasting in the paint, and you have to think they're going to keep feeding the big fella.
Why go away from something that's working? Force the defense to prove that they can stop it.
Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. So for the Clippers right now, we've got Kawhi Leonard. Paul George is out there with Reggie Jackson. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Batum in at the power forward. And finished off by Leonard. Greg, we have a league of many great playmakers, don't we?
Oh, there's no doubt about it. LeBron James is obvious. You know, he played point guard technically for the first time last season, but he's always been a floor general. You look at a young man like Ja Morant, and he's been on the attack since day one when he hit the league. And there's so many more of those guys that are having an impact, understanding the value of that lead guard position. It is fun to watch.
It is so fun to watch. I agree. A tremendous Mobile One block that we had to see again. Great send back.
Emphatic with the rejection. You've got to appreciate that kind of forceful defense. And not a night he's going to want to remember, just not really able to score the basketball. Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
This is called an effort play. Terrific hustle at the defensive end.
Here's Lillard. And good. Got the English that time as it falls. Lillard's got 9 points.
And he can score from all over the court. But Lillard at his best from mid-range. He deserves extra special attention from the defense in that in-between area. But sometimes, even then, that's not enough.
And they are attacking the rim and getting great results.
Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Zubac.
Only 1 for 4 in this half. Sometimes it's execution. Sometimes the shots just don't go down.
For the Clippers, Patrick Patterson. He's checked in for Zubac. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. Rajon Rondo is subbed in for Jackson. Portland also making some changes. Enes Kanter comes in for Yusuf Nurkic. And it's Derek Jones in for Robert Covington. A 3 from Leonard. And Kanter pulls it down. Kanter's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And guys, even though he's in a big market, Kawhi Leonard's still not one for the spotlight.
That is so true. It's not about the fame for him. He's in L.A., but Kawhi Leonard stays in his bubble. All the trappings that come with being a great player, he's truly focused on the love of the game, winning and being the best possible player he can be.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Rondo finds Patterson. And the wide open shot from Morris. He gets it to fall. That makes it just a single-digit lead.
And a guy with more of a mid-range game, Morris can still jack it up from deep if you give him enough space and time.
He was all alone on that one. Lillard's got 5 points now this quarter.
Both teams running perimeter-oriented plays that are working.
How often do we see this these days? Clubs answering each other from range. It's been a rough quarter for him. Can't seem to find any kind of rhythm.
Powell, that's good.
It always helps when your big man dishes it like that. Kanter, excellent with that read.
Outside Leonard. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Shot clock at 6. Nobody near George. No good on the triple.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
McCollum, no good.
Having a shaky time from the floor, but his teammates have been picking up the slack.
And George with the stuff.
I mean, a great look by Kawhi, aware of what the defense is trying to do, understands the spacing.
Lillard outside. Pass to Kanter. There's the triple. It's stolen by Rondo. George dishes to Leonard. That falls. Nice speed that time from George. Leonard's got 10 points.
Man, he keeps doing his part. They just haven't been able to get over the hump.
And the basket by Lillard.
Their third three-pointer in a row.
There's 39 seconds left to play in the third. Rondo passes to Leonard. And he's good on the 3-ball. Leonard's got 7 points for the quarter.
There's the response. Kawhi rarely changes expression, but you know what he's thinking. I got your back.
And Lillard gets double teamed. Here's McCollum. A tad short, but it's good off the front iron. And it's 7 points for C.J. McCollum.
That was a great pass once the double team came over. He hit the wide open man perfectly.
Powell with the steal. From the arc. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. And now the Clippers on the break. Leonard with the ball.
And his competitiveness showing through. That's an aggressive finish.
He is just unwilling to settle. He gets right to the rim and makes sure they come away with points.
And so it's Damian Lillard making things happen for Portland. He notched 8 points in the quarter and has that terrific back. And let's take now this moment to bring up our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, and I like the fact we get to see this pass one more time. A magnificent feed. And
You love to see your off guard taking over the playmaking duties with this much skill.
Very unselfish. If you appreciate teamwork, this is the kind of play that will get you up out of your seat.
And with the fourth quarter upon us, time is running out for this game to become competitive. And on the floor for Portland here in the fourth, we've got Damian Lillard, Robert Covington out there with Nurkic, then it's Anthony, and it's Simons in at the two-guard spot. Kicks it out to Leonard. And the lead is down inside single digits. Leonard's got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Clippers. Here is Lillard. Pass to Simons. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. And then Lillard slams it in.
Don't let his height fool you. Lillard can rise up with the best of them.
Upside, Batum. Zubac kicks to Jackson. Back to Zubac. Passes it to Mann. And he throws it down hard with one hand.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
The problem is your opponent is making big plays as well. I'll be curious to see the response. Trying to shoot himself out of his slump, and it's not going well.
The pass to Mann. And foul on the shot, he'll shoot. And it looks like, yep, it's a coach's challenge on the personal foul. That triggers a replay review by the officials.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
Here's Jackson, and it's good, 2 points.
And that field goal percentage climbing now above 50%. They look like a different team here in the second half.
And pushing it up, here's Los Angeles. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Trailblazers leading by 8. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That will get him his fourth foul of the game. Paul George is checked in for the Clippers. And then for the Trailblazers, Powell, he's checked in for Anthony. And it's C.J. McCollum in for Anthony Simons. The shot by Powell, no good.
And the great shooters know when they've got enough opening to go for the three. I didn't think it was a bad choice on that possession.
Here's George. Powell pulls it in. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the fourth quarter. Lillard against Batum. And Lillard gets it to go. Lillard's got 22.
A guy who spaces the floor, but also willing to attack the rim. Lillard has confounded the defense all night.
And that one's good, George.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick or the lay-in.
Lillard way outside. It's hauled in by Los Angeles. Zubac has got 8 rebounds in this game. Feeds it to Batum. George looking around. Kicks it out to Leonard. Jackson passes to Leonard. That shot is good. He has made 8 while missing only 4. That's 67% shooting.
Trying to ice this one, Kawhi showing his evolution as a closer.
Jackson comes over with the double. Lillard from outside. Nailed from three-point land.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
This was obviously a focal point coming out of the break. Look smart when the shots are going down.
Here's Leonard. The shot, no good. And the Trailblazers going the other way. They led by as many as 18 points. Three-pointer, Lillard. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Taking no chances. They go on one last run to seal the deal.
Not messing around at all. They were focused, relentless, and they got the job done.
And the second chance effort by Jackson.
A rare offensive rebound for Reggie Jackson, but he knows what to do with it once he gets it.
And it's Lillard missing. So it's the Clippers now, trailing by 10. He gets it in there.
Clearly, he's one of the best there is in the business when it comes to making that lead pass.
And a deep three from Lillard. It's hauled in by the Clippers. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Nails the tray.
No moment is ever too big for Paul George. He remains confident in the clutch.
And so it's Portland winning this one. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. deal, David. Thanks. On tonight, Greg, two teams with a lot of history that know each other very, very well.
And sometimes familiarity breeds contempt.
Yeah.
And that goes for the players, coaches, and fans. This one might get heated.
I'm sure you felt that way many times when you play.
Almost every time I took the floor.
Good.
You literally want to dislike your opponent.
Now, we'll look at Dallas's starting lineup. Trey Burke is out there with Cauley Stein. Then there's Doncic, and there's Porzingis, and it's Richardson in at the two-guard spot. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Giles is out there with Powell, and it's Nurkic in at the 5. Al Richardson after the missed 3 from Damian Lillard. Powell with the steal. And so they foul intentionally.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Now look, he was laying in wait for that pass. I mean, lured him into his trap.
Well, if you don't take care of the ball, fellas, that's what can happen.
Absolutely, Greg. That makes the turnover even more painful.
Yeah, going defense to offense in an instant. Every team now calibrated to do that.
And Nurkic, the bucket on the assist by Lillard.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Yeah, very little resistance. I mean, you had to bring much faster help than that.
Now, here's Doncic. Shoots over Lillard. And it's Doncic missing.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
Here's Lillard. Just around a minute and a half into the first quarter. Shoots from the elbow. Pulled the shot a little left, but the bounce goes his way.
And whether he's creating for himself or spotting up, Lillard's jumper is whizzing.
Here's Doncic. Count that bucket.
He doesn't play around. If the bucket's there for him, he's going to get it.
Lillard against Doncic. Now, here's Lillard. He's guarded closely. Pass to Giles. Here's Nurkic. That shot off. Nice D from Porzingis. 3-on-3. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Cauley Stein trying to free himself up. Porzingis can't hit. The Trailblazers have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. And a wide open look for McCollum. Drains it from 17 feet out.
Such a smart offensive player. When McCollum sees these shots open up, he doesn't think twice about firing.
Now here's Burke, guarded by Powell. Lillard against Doncic. Count that one.
Boy, he is looking confident. Love how they're using him so far.
Yeah, that's because he's getting his number called early. I mean, he's doing his part to help carry the offensive load.
Now here's McCollum. Back to Lillard. McCollum outside. Shoots it up. No good with the wing jumper. For Dallas, they've gone 50% from the field, hitting 3 of 6 since the opening tip. Trying to go for an alley-oop, but excellent defense and anticipation there to stop it. Pass to Giles. And stolen by Cauley Stein. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Now here's Burke, guarded by Powell. Here's Doncic. A miss that time would have put him up.
His interior scoring is one of the things that drives their offense. Don't expect him to miss many of those.
First shot, first basket. He's out of the blocks fast.
Well, that's a well-deserved assist. Not every player has the vision to make that feed.
And so it's Doncic with it. He brings it up for the Mavericks. Trailing by 2. And the dunk by Doncic.
Has the vertical needed to dunk it. Doncic showing off the power and flair that he possesses.
Here's Lillard. Kicks it out to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Pulls it from the elbow. The shot by Powell, no good. The Mavericks have gone 50% from the field to this point, 4 of 8. Porzingis passes to Burke. Makes no mistake on the open jump shot.
Way to work the inside-out game. Draws the defense in and kicks it out for the open shot.
And here are the Blazers. Now, here's Lillard. McCollum right side. A 3-ball. Here's Giles. Oh, he blocked it and deflects off the backboard. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's foul number 2 for him. 9 seconds left to play in the first.
That is not supposed to happen. You're not supposed to throw an alley-oop from that kind of distance.
And then to dunk it with authority. Wow. With 1 on the clock, and the last second attempt does not go in for him. It's all tied in Portland. And close game underway so far. We'll see if either of these teams can jump out in the second quarter. And for Portland, guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Just a terrific first quarter, sparked really by their unselfishness.
Oh, yeah, love the ball movement so far. Everything clicking at the offensive end.
And now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset our lineups. On the court right now for the Trailblazers, they've got Anthony, also Enes Kanter out there, C.J. McCollum out there with Jones, and it's Simons in at the 1. The shot's good from Kanter.
Now, that's the staple of Kanter's game. This guy has a knack for knowing how to come up with offensive boards.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Over Anthony. Powell, that's good. Powell's got his first 2 points.
Excellent work offensively to get that shot attempt into a can't-miss area.
Passes to Simons. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in.
You know what, though? Sometimes you can be too open. I think it may have surprised him, and that's why he missed.
Inside. Here's Kleba. And oh, boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. That one's on Anthony. Greg is a point guard. What is it you like to see from that position on the floor?
I think first and foremost, leadership. It's so valuable at that spot, and you know, you always got to have your head high because your teammates are feeding off what you put forth in terms of your body language and enthusiasm. So, you know, the typical stuff about organizing the offense and setting the tone on the defensive end, that stuff's important as well. But so much of how you carry yourself out on the floor when you deal with adversity and you know that you're going to, it is really paramount.
Portland trailing here. Here's Simons. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. That's on J.J. Redick. The Trailblazers shooting their first free throws of this.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Marjanovic is checked in.
Oh, you can get spoiled watching him at the line. I mean, you just expect him to make every one every time.
Brunson kicks to Hardaway. There's the pass to Redick. Hardaway with it. Jones covering. Down to 5 on the shot clock. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Those plays can make a difference in a game like this.
Well, you know it's going to fire up, Greg, everybody on that bench.
And rightfully so. Also, how lackluster was the defense right there with the score this tight?
And they've got to keep him off the glass. For a little guy, he can be a handful on the offensive boards if you're not aware of it.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Back to Brunson. And the wide open shot from Redick. Drains it from beyond the arc. Redick's got the lead up to 3 now for the Mavs.
Oh, I mean, the main weapon in Redick's arsenal, he's out here to shoot it from deep, and he does that well.
Back to McCollum. He kicks it to Kanter. Anthony, no one around. Bangs home the trifecta. Anthony's got it all tied up now for the Trailblazers.
Well, this is the kind of ball movement they want to get from Cantor. Scan the floor, and when you spot the open man, get it to him.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Brunson the bounce pass. Here's Marjanovic. Rebounded by Anthony.
Something that's kept this game close is the fact that the rebound stats for both teams are almost identical.
The shot's good from Cantor.
Embracing physical contact on the way up. Cantor seems to enjoy scoring right on the defense.
Closing in on 4 minutes played here in the second quarter. Brunson the pass to Marjanovic. And Marjanovic with the slam.
Fundamentals, guys, using the one-hand slam.
Well, he makes the basics look pretty exceptional. McCollum against Redick. Takes the three. Here's Cantor. Bucket number 3. He's a perfect 3 for 3 to start.
He's finally coming around, trying to make up for that goose egg he put up in the first quarter.
Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. Back to Brunson. Pass to Marjanovic. In the hoop for his third make from the field. He's 3 for 4 thus far in the contest.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Near the three-point line, it's McCollum. And there's Cantor on the assist by McCollum. Cantor's got 8 points in the quarter.
Great court awareness from the crafty guard McCollum. I mean, a good teammate who likes hitting his open guys.
We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Marjanovic. Wants to get it to Powell, and does. Redick with the 3. The putback. Great positioning on the putback.
And, folks, he did not luck into that one. He knew just where he wanted to be to grab that backboard.
Here's the lob to the hoop. Out to Anthony. Jones for 3. And the officials call over the back. A little too aggressive there.
And he drew that call by establishing his base early and then doing a great job with the box out.
Yeah, that's how you do it. Carves out position, hold.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, everybody. Good. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. And no doubt that C.J. McCollum's
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. You look at Enes Kanter. What a contribution.
Man, how about the amount he's contributing in the scoring column through 2 quarters? He has been terrific.
This game has his fingerprints all over it. Now looking to replicate what he did in the first half.
Here's who Rick Carlisle is starting the second half with. Doncic out there with Josh Richardson. Then there's Trey Burke. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein. And it's Porzingis in at the 5. Maverick shooting has been outstanding in this game at 58%. Burke finds Doncic. For the lead, Cauley-Stein controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 2.
You see the length helping Cauley-Stein right there? I mean, that's what allows him to be a factor on the board.
Lillard against Doncic. Lillard the pass to Powell. Back to Lillard. Puts it up from 15. It's hauled in by Porzingis. And it's Porzingis with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They haven't given up any points here in the second half.
And for a big man, Cauley-Stein possesses an impressive mobility. I mean, look how he moves. He's good at making a deep foul him on the drive.
No good on that one. If you go step in a time machine, what would you like and dislike about playing in this era at this time?
Well, no doubt about the tempo and the spacing. I think that more than anything allows for the true skill and artistry of the game to be on display. I probably wouldn't want to get switched onto Embiid down low. I would probably dislike that and let it be known vociferously.
But I always pictured you as being fearless, like you would never turn down that kind of challenge.
I wouldn't turn it down publicly.
Doncic passes to Porzingis, out to Doncic for three. The offensive rebound.
Yeah, and that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? Lillard looking around. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Luka Doncic. That's his third foul of the game. Carmelo Anthony's checked in for Portland. And Dallas also making a switch. Kleber's checked in. And it's Giles missing.
Might take them a little while to find their stride here in the second half. Only 1 for 4 so far. They just need to calm down, play their game.
Here's Doncic. Off the left rim and out.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With this team leading, perhaps, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Now the Mavericks moving it up. Porzingis has got the ball. Pass to Kleber. Dallas moving the ball around. Here's Doncic. He gets that one. Doncic has got the lead up to 5 now for Dallas.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Three-pointer, Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. That doesn't go either for Doncic.
It's been a really tough quarter for him. I mean, he cannot get his shots to drop.
Got a hand on it. Rob. Giles kicks to Nurkic. That's a 2 from Lillard. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers.
Just not much success when it comes to shooting.
In the corner, it's Richardson. 1:27 left here in the third quarter. Porzingis can't hit.
Yeah, and that was lining up to be a huge alley-oop, but they just couldn't quite connect.
Oh, I'm always surprised when it doesn't happen. I'm sure these two will have a good laugh about it later.
He's having a tough quarter, scoring the basketball and able to help them close this gap.
Well, yeah, high IQ basketball from Richardson values the easy assist over a risky shot.
Lillard against Doncic. Trying to end the drought. And with that, the Maverick lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from Lillard.
Just a late reaction there from the defense, and he is always going to finish that one.
Doncic feeling it out. Bounce pass, Kleber. And Doncic, here we go. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Nurkic. Richardson for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Lillard. Feeds it to Anthony. It's hauled in by Richardson. Mavericks leading by 5.
And no need to rush this. Let the clock run down.
Yeah, no need to get the ball back here. You want to close this quarter with momentum.
Lillard against Brunson. And the pass to Marjanovic. Brunson up top. The third quarter comes to a close. Mavericks lead by 5. And we're just... We've reached the fourth quarter, and what has been a very competitive game should be an exciting finish. Here's Brunson. Jones is out there with Enes Kanter. Then there's C.J. McCollum. Then there's Norman Powell. And it's Simons in at the point guard. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Brunson the pass to Redick. 6 to shoot. From deep. Got a piece of it.
We don't talk much about his defense. I mean, Kanter has been much maligned for his work at that end. But he's been making a better effort.
Here's McCollum. Count that one.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
coach trusts him to make winning plays down the stretch. I mean, because he's shown that ability time and time and time again.
Brunson finds Hardaway. Outside, Redick. Here's Cauley Stein. Goes straight through the defender for the dunk. Draws the foul. He'll go to the line. That's on Enes Kanter.
Razor sharp focus right there from Cauley Stein. Accepting the foul and pushing his way through it.
Trailblazers trail by 6. McCollum deciding where to go with it. And he's going up for the alley-oop. Powell with the steal. And now Redick pushing it up. No one back to stop him. That one falls.
Good job getting the ball and completing that play.
Oh, that'll make any coach happy. Aggressive defense, then changing ends quickly.
Here's Kanter. And Kanter throws it down.
Oh, man, what a slam by Kanter. His size lets him make easy work of those big plays in the paint.
Now here's Brunson. Guarded closely. Outside, Redick. Pass to Powell. And he hits it just before the shot clock expires. Powell's got the lead up to 8 now for the Mavs. McCollum against Redick. Down low, Powell with the steal. Brunson with it, and there is a whistle. That'll go on Derek Jones. That's his first foul. A different look now for Portland.
Timeout.
Giles comes in for Derek Jones. And Lillard subbed in for Anfernee Simons. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Powell. Burke comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Richardson, he's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Time called here. The Blazers decide to talk it over. So for the Trailblazers, Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Giles, and Anthony subbed in for Powell. Marjanovic checked in for the Mavericks. Tim Hardaway Jr. comes in for Burke. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what Terry Stotts went over with his team. He told his guys, tempo, more tempo. We've got to be quicker into transition. Push the ball. Let's get some opportunities before their defense can set up. Kevin, back to you.
Mavericks leading by 10. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Damian Lillard. That's his first foul. Lillard against Doncic. Goes up to the stripe. And another basket for Dallas.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Lillard against Doncic. Now, here's Lillard. D right on him. Lets it go. And it falls over the rim and in. And there's a minute 45 left in the fourth quarter of this one. Lillard against Doncic. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Out of bounds. Portland takes possession.
A flat-out loss of concentration. That kind of turnover will drive a coach crazy.
Lillard against Doncic. Shot from the top of the key. Lillard again missing. Mavericks leading by 10. Richardson finds Doncic. On the wing, Hardaway. Outside, Porzingis. Clock at 4. And it's Portland with the rebound. 1:03 left in the fourth quarter. Three-pointer, Lillard, and stolen by Richardson.
And at this point, just sort of running through the paces as it appears it'll be a nice win here for the Mavericks.
One area that stands out that we've seen tonight from them, their aggressiveness in getting steals, something I know that you really value yourself.
I think it sparked their offense. It deflates the opposition. And when you have the type of effort we saw tonight, it's pretty hard to overcome that defensive pressure down the stretch.
And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for Willie Cauley-Stein.
The energy he played with tonight was amazing, and it paid off the most on the glass where he dominated the rebounding stats.
Dorian Finney-Smith's checked in for Dallas. Free throw good, Damian Lillard.
And one thing you talk about with Lillard, great at all times, but absolutely lethal in the clutch.
Doncic outside. Releases. Corner shot. And it's out of bounds. The Mavericks able to retain possession here. Stolen by Cantor. Kicks it to Little. Fires the three. Again, the miss by the Trailblazers. So we see the Mavericks get the win here. And in the... All right, David, thank you. And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. For A stunning view of the moon. And a couple of injuries among their reserves. I expect their starters guys will be ready to do whatever's needed.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Here are the starters for Los Angeles. They've got Ivica Zubac. Kawhi Leonard is out there with Batum. And it's Rajon Rondo. And it's George in at the 2. And for Dallas, they've got Willie Cauley-Stein. Richardson is out there with Doncic. And there's Porzingis. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
Well, when you see Porzingis attack the glass, you want to stand up in your seat. There's been these opportunities where we've seen him flying in for some highlight dunks.
Now, here is George. Yes, that goes in. Deep benches tonight, Greg, on both sides. This seems to be a growing trend.
You know, teams are digging deeper than ever before, even getting into the two-way contracts that give you depth past your top 15 guys. One, you're trying to protect the investment in your big-ticket items, your franchise caliber players, but you got to keep an eye on the future in terms of player development. That's another area where the league has really changed when you look at the makeup of these rosters.
That's it. The Clippers shooting their first free throw of the game.
And the versatility of Paul George's game, elite defense and rebounding, steals and deflections.
You think about Paul George moving to several teams, yet still having the impact on both ends of the floor. I think that is a telltale sign that you have an elite talent in Paul George. Well, a 7-footer that has a bit of moxie. Willie Cauley-Stein loves to play rough down low.
George against Richardson. Right side, George. High post, Zubac. Lets it go with a 3. George, no good. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. Bounce pass, Porzingis. And now here's George, the fast break opportunity. Mavericks with the rebound.
And he gets a lot of points right there at the rim, but the defense determined not to give up the easy deuce there.
Cauley-Stein. Rondo against Doncic. 5 to shoot to the middle. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
How about the touch from Porzingis, demonstrating just how comfortable he is operating in that area of the floor.
George against Richardson. An easy 2 points on the layup. George has got 5 points so far.
Uncovered at the rim, finding cracks in the defense here early on.
Just really smart basketball and exploiting whatever holes that he's seeing right now in the defensive squad.
Now, here's Doncic. Some nice passing here by Dallas. The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
Talk often about physicality of bigger players. Cauley-Stein, one of those guys who fits into that category.
Pass to George. Outside for Batum. The shot's good on the assist by George. Guys back and forth this first half.
And this could continue to go back and forth the entire way.
Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Here's Rondo. Finished off the break.
Well, all of that starting right there with the steal by Paul George, illustrating his ability to anticipate that time. And a great play on the ball.
Now here's Cauley-Stein. Richardson outside. Passes it to Doncic. Rondo with the steal. And stolen by Richardson. To the paint, and here we go. The Mavericks in a fast break, and it's sent back by Leonard.
Let this be a reminder, when you're going up for a shot, it's always important to know where Kawhi Leonard may be lurking.
Off they go on a 3-on-1 break. There's the pass to Finney-Smith. Now here's Porzingis. Kicks it out to Richardson. Back to Porzingis. Just 5 on the clock. Doncic outside. And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
Pretty unselfish play there, right? Porzingis finding the open man, and he's more and more comfortable and more aware of everything going on around him.
Now here's Batum, and the rejection by Cauley Stein. Just 2 seconds between shot clock and game clock. Back to Porzingis. Kicks it to Doncic. And the shot goes in.
And certainly not lacking in confidence. When Doncic gets these inside looks, he just jumps all over.
Rondo against Doncic. Right side, Rondo. And here's George for three. What a play! Simply trains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close a quarter.
Well, you love nailing the last second shot. Always a feel-good moment.
And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far on the scoreboard. And let's quickly break down the game we've seen from the Clippers, guys.
Throughout that first, they just were aggressive on the defensive end, showing active hands.
You know, they really made a lot of good quality reads down there. Took some chances, but feeling more calculated than risky.
And a moment now to reset the lineups, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up for the second quarter of basketball. On the court for the Mavericks, Powell is out there with Hardaway. Then it's Jalen Brunson. Then there's J.J. Redick. And it's Marjanovic in at the 5, roaming the paint. And he comes up with the deuce. Morris has got the lead up to 8 now for the Clippers.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Hardaway passes to Marjanovic. A jump hook, tips it. It's good on the putback.
Oh, how about the finesse there? Nice little gentle touch on the board.
And you know, when you have that gentle touch, those tip-ins are easy to come by. Now here's Jackson. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Here's man, covered by Redick. And the rejection by Marjanovic. Patterson against Brunson. Now here's Redick. Tight defense on him. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down to 4 on the bucket for Marjanovic.
And defensively, they're on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Now here's Jackson. He kicks it to Patterson. Pass to Kennard. 4 on the clock. A floater. Patterson can't get it to go. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Redick inside the line. Hardaway dishes to Redick. Over Kennard. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut down to just 2 points in the bucket from J.J. Redick.
One of the best at moving without the ball. Catch and shoot opportunity for J.J. Redick.
Go into the rack with energy, and the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, got to chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
There's some ways to get your coach's attention, and that draws the coaching staff's ire.
And now the Clippers on the break. Jackson's got the ball. The shot's good from Kennard. And it's a 6-point Los Angeles lead. A new generation of players, Greg, coming into the NBA alongside your son Cole. We've got a lot of players who I think are going to have a long-term impact on this game.
There's no doubt about it. Listen, I hope Cole can have the kind of impact that some of these guys are. But look at the Grizzlies. I think they got 2 terrific ones. Ja Morant has superstar written all over him. Brandon Clark probably surprised some people with his ability to have an impact. And if you look at this past draft, Obi Toppin is one to watch. This is a guy with great size and length who was a perimeter player until he had a growth spurt. So those are the types of players that I think when you combine athleticism and skill with the way the court is spaced, man, can have a tremendous impact in this game.
Mavericks trail by 4. Hardaway from outside. Marjanovic finds Redick. Now Brunson. Hardaway passes to Redick. No good with the triple.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the quarter.
The putback. Great positioning on the putback. And the Clippers lead by 6.
Just in a perfect position to grab that rebound and then get the putback.
Brunson the pass to Powell. Outside Hardaway. Ball stolen. Jackson drives in. It's good for his second make. He's made 2 of 3 so far.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
To the inside. Powell. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. That's on Reggie Jackson.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now, here is George. He's got 8. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And stolen by Richardson. And it's the Mavericks on the break. No one near Doncic as he lets it fly. Wide open, couldn't capitalize. The 3 from George. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge. Thank you, David. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the second half momentarily.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K. An outstanding first quarter for Paul George. He had 8 points, 3 assists. And
as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Paul George really making a difference here.
It's something that isn't his strength, but he's done a great job of finding the open man.
Well, if we were grading playmaking today, it's an A+ from him.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then it's Ivica Zubac. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the 4 slot. Here's Doncic. Paul George making his last shot. Doncic kicks to Finney-Smith. Inside. And the rejection by Zubac. And Finney-Smith gets it to go. Clippers leading by 6. Batum scanning the floor. Kicks it out to Leonard. Fouled in the active. And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They have decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. With double checking, and the game continues on.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Now, here's Doncic. Here's Porzingis. And the dunk by Porzingis.
How about Kristaps taking a little something out on that rim?
Third quarter of basketball, about a minute and a half in. Rondo against Doncic. They blow the whistle just as he gets it off. That's 2 points with a chance for another one at the stripe.
they're doing work here in the second half. 3 or 4 to start.
For Los Angeles, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2.
Yeah, and 79% from the line as a team a season ago. Pretty reliable in that regard.
Yeah, when Rondo gets motivated, and we've seen that now for a good stretch, he's as valuable as it gets.
Out to the right wing, and it's a defensive 3-second violation. Greg, not all drafts are the same in terms of talent, but 2019 was a year to remember.
No doubt about it. I mean, transcendent talent at the top. You think of Zion and Ja, both could be future league MVPs. And the irony is that those 2 guys were teammates in high school. Go figure.
And go figure is right. Hardaway's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Jackson, he's checked in for Los Angeles. Leonard on the wing. Fires for 3. It's rebounded by Dallas. Richardson outside. Dallas moving the ball around. Cauley-Stein finds Richardson. Looking for Cauley-Stein. He gets it there. The wide open look here for Porzingis. And good. Got the English that time as it falls.
Yeah, I don't think you have to tell Porzingis twice to take shots like that. Once the ball's in his hands, he's looking to the rim.
Jackson passes to George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists now in this one. Mavericks trail by 9. Doncic passes to Hardaway. Dishes it to Richardson. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Back to Hardaway. Just 5 to shoot. Poked away. Batum with the steal. Nobody near George. On the wing, George. 1:44 left in the third quarter.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
The Mavericks have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And there's the foul. It's on Nicholas Batum. That is his first foul of the game. And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Willie Cauley-Stein. J.J. Redick's checked in for Josh Richardson. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Hardaway. Redick finds Marjanovic. And no good. So Los Angeles will take it the other way. Right side, Leonard. Now the feed to Patterson. And it's Patterson finishing it off.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Yeah, no stopping him on that play. Sometimes even the taller defenders are helpless to stop him.
And out of bounds as the Clippers gain possession.
Now, I'm all for the crowd interacting with the players, but not so much the players interacting with the crowd. That one, errant pass.
Los Angeles making a switch here. Rondo's checked in. Stolen by Brunson. One-on-one fast break. Good work there as it goes.
And that's got to happen if they want to have a chance to turn this thing around. I mean, he needs to just take the game over. I mean, it seems like he's been hesitant to pull the trigger.
Now here's Jackson. Pass to Patterson. Beyond the arc. The rebound by Marjanovic. Mavericks trail by 9. And that one's good. Doncic has got 7.
No doubt about it. He has done a ton to help his team, but he's going to have to do even more if they want to have a chance to get back in this.
Now Patterson. On the wing, Morris. And here's Leonard from 3. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Los Angeles heading to the bench with a 7-point lead as we wrap up the quarter. They've had active hands and have forced a lot of turnovers in this one. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. How about a look at today's State Farm assist of the game?
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
The coaches talk about it all the time, but to be able to play with that kind of feel, nice play, collaborating, improvising, and organic.
Fourth quarter of action is upon us. Thanks as always for joining us. We've got Jalen Brunson. Powell is out there with Marjanovic. Then there's J.J. Redick, and it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. That's the lineup in the game for Dallas. Redick with the bucket.
Well, J.J.'s release is just so quick, even from three.
And so it's Rondo bringing it up for the Clippers. 3-point lead. Jackson finds Rondo. And here is Morris. Leonard on the wing. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
And in a player empowerment era, no greater power move than Kawhi Leonard's last year. Fresh off a finals MVP with the Raptors, he signed with his hometown Clippers and compelled a trade for Paul George.
Think about that 14-month run where Kawhi Leonard made his way to Toronto, a team that was on the cusp for many seasons, goes there, wins the MVP and the championship for the Raptors, and then ends up in his hometown of Los Angeles to try to do the same for the Clippers. Now that's getting it done and writing your own story.
A different look for the Clippers. Zubac is checked in for Patterson, and it's Batum in for Morris. The Clippers in the lead. Passes it to Zubac. Outside Leonard from deep three-point range. It's rebounded by Dallas. Marjanovic has got his 4th rebound in this one.
And boy, have they been hitting the backboard in this game or what? Kind of surprising it's such a tight game.
Here's Redick. Offensive rebound. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in. And the Mavericks lead by 1.
He's got a lot to do with the position that they're in. A very smart offensive performance tonight from him.
Leonard, no luck. Stolen by Zubac. Back to Leonard. Outside for George. Good for basket number 6 from him in the contest. He's shooting 6 for 12.
Well, George in there just gliding through and makes a nice move on the drive.
Now the pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Brunson. It's Redick on the wing. Stolen by George. And it's Rondo penetrating. The shot's good on the assist by George. Now it's a 3-point Clipper lead.
A really good decision there from Paul George. Quick to find the open man.
Finney-Smith passes to Brunson. And there's the defensive 3-second call. And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, Redick used properly can be lethal for your offense. You just can't afford to fall asleep on him.
And the Mavericks will go for a different look here. Zinkas, he's checked in for Marjanovic. Billy Cauley-Stein comes in for Dwight Powell. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Luka Doncic subbed in for Jalen Brunson. Now here's Richardson. Had the space there, but it's offline.
I know it's about defending the post and the three-point line these days, but still got to be active in the mid-range area, and the defense gets away with one there.
Oh, great timing. He is one tough customer on that offensive glass.
You know, it's like he has a sixth sense of where that rebound is going. Here's Richardson. Doncic feeling it out. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And the Mavericks making a change here. Hardaway's checked in. Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome. We've got about 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. 6 on the shot clock. Stolen by Zubac. Now the Clippers moving it up. George has got the ball. Feeds to Rondo. Leonard kicks to Batum. Some nice passing here by Los Angeles. From deep, George. Cauley-Stein grabs the board. Mavericks trail by 4. Richardson dishes to Hardaway. Doncic outside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation. Here's Rondo. 1:01 left to play in the final quarter. George against Richardson. Outside, George. 5 to shoot. With the clock winding down, Batum finds Rondo. Pass to Zubac. Batum wide open. He fires. The three-pointer no good. No room for them to make a mistake here.
You got to almost play perfect from here on out.
And here is Los Angeles now. They've led by as many as 11 points. George passes to Zubac. Outside, George. Leonard kicks to Rondo. Outside, George. Outside, Rondo. Leonard on the wing. Back to Rondo. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. No good there. David, thank you as always. Well, folks, that's going to do it for... And the injury report for both teams. Players who will not be available tonight.
And with both teams at less than full strength, we'll have to see which side is able to remain more effective.
Here are the five for the Clippers. Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the small forward position. And for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Robert Covington out there with Derek Jones. And it's Nurkic in at the five, roaming the paint. Lillard outside. He dishes it to Jones. Back to Lillard. Oh, he's going up for the alley-oop here. Jones, no luck.
And what should have been a simple pass and finish ends up in a missed opportunity on that alley-oop attempt.
It started off looking good, but the timing was just a little off, and sometimes that's all it takes.
Here's George. The shot, no good. Good D by McCollum. Oh, Covington in position. Now the Clippers moving it up. Here's Leonard. Lillard with the rebound.
Offensively, that's how you want to end the possession, except for the result.
Covington finds Lillard. Nurkic trying to get open. And Damian Lillard with the bucket on the assist from Covington.
No excuse giving Lillard that kind of positioning. That's just too easy.
Here's Rondo. And the layup's good off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Wow, that's a defensive breakdown. Can't do that against good scores.
Pass to McCollum. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 5. Here's Nurkic. And the rejection by Zubats. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Zubats. Let's take another look at the staunch defense during that mobile 1 block.
Some intimidation right away. Got to show those shooters you're going to be there all night long.
And maybe it's the adrenaline talking, but they're 1 for 4 to start this game. Need to settle down.
Shoots from the baseline. Good D by McCollum.
Just a little off to start this game. 1 for 5, looking to find some kind of rhythm.
Throws it up high.
Love the patience from Covington. Lets the situation develop and then delivers a perfect strike.
Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. It's good. Rondo's got his second bucket of the game to go. Greg, you showed toughness and grit when you played. You've got to succeed in this league with those things at the forefront, right? Being tough, being gritty. And there are several players whose style you admire that play like that.
I mean, no doubt about it. You have the superstars, the Kawhis, the LeBrons, who continue to do it. They can intimidate you physically, but they also provide tremendous skill set. But 2 other guys, Russell Westbrook, Jimmy Butler, they're also guys that exemplify that toughness. 2 guys, when you look at those 2, a lot of people didn't project them to be what they've become, and it's impressive to watch them take the floor night in and night out.
Ooh, the craftiness of PG-13. Awesome job fooling the defender and jumping into the contact.
It's his first trip to the line. An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Cantor, he's checked in for Nurkic. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. Powell, he's checked in for Jones. And it's Simons in for Damian Lillard.
And that's the norm for him. He's pretty much automatic when he's at the line.
And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That is his first foul of the game. Luke Kennard, he's checked in for the Clippers. Lobs it up for Cantor, and Cantor throws it down.
And we talk about court awareness. There, McCollum doing a beautiful job spotting the open man.
And that one drops.
And they've scored several times already here in the first quarter on the inside.
Here's McCollum. No points in the game yet for him. That one's in. His first bucket of the game. He's 1 for 2.
What a professional. McCollum's reliability on offense is such a gift to his team.
Jackson looking around. Pass to Morris. It's deflected. It's 9 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
And Jackson gets it to go.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
In the corner, Powell with it. And he lobs it up toward the rim.
Oh, can I get a load of that one? Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him. Near the three-point line, it's Morris. Misses the wing J.
You expect him to make that, especially from that distance.
A good close contest so far as we finish the first. Greg, we know many guys in the NBA have range, but Damian...
I'm training in the summer.
The team seems to support, Greg, that philosophy 100%.
The game has changed. Some guys would rather take a few steps back to get a cleaner look. Lillard being one of them.
And it's been a pretty even game here after one quarter of play. And taking a look at the Trailblazers' performance here, boys, what do you think they're doing or not doing?
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
They've got Norman Powell, Anthony out there with Ennis Cantor. Then there's C.J. McCollum, and it's Simons in at the point. They're the group the Portland Trailblazers will start the second quarter with. Here's Simons, and stolen by Patterson. And here we go with Morris, running it up the court. Here's Mann, still getting warmed up offensively. No scoring yet from him. Out to the wing. Morris into the lane. Back to Patterson. Doesn't go that time. Excellent D from Cantor. Out left to the wing. The three. He's off on that one. The Clippers go the other way with it.
Promising start for Luke Kennard. End up missing extended minutes with injuries. Hopefully he can stay healthy this go around.
And so it's McCollum. He'll bring it up for Portland. Trailing by 2. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Morris outside. Here's the three. Powell pulls it in.
And Kennard's moving into the starting lineup for the first time last season.
And to add to that, he had a larger role offensively. And at the same time, his efficiency increased. That's a good sign.
For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 5 from the field here in the second quarter, shooting 40%. Now Jackson. In the corner, it's Morris. Kennard for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
And here's Anthony for 3. The rebound by Patterson. The Clippers trail. Morris dishes to Patterson. Back to Morris. No good with the layup. Portland's gone 0-3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Powell, no one around him. Portland keeps it going. A new 14-second shot clock. Jackson in the corner. Back to Patterson. Left side Jackson. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target from outside.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
McCollum, no good. The Clippers shooting 32% overall right now. Not one of their better showings. And now McCollum running the floor all by himself.
Well, that's why they're in front. Aggressive play at both ends. Nicely done.
Clippers trail by 4. Now here's Jackson. 1:05 left to play here in the half. Man, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. And here we go. Powell for 3. But they get it back. Out to Anthony. And there's the pass to Powell. From deep. And the 3 ball is good. And now a 7-point Portland lead.
And now they're turning this game into a drag race, sprinting out for easy fast break baskets.
Morris inside. Anthony on him. Passes it to Patterson. To the wing on the left. Shot clock at 6. Man can't hit. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. 9 points in a row. Good run for him right now. And staying with the play, Anthony. Anthony's got the lead up to 9 now for the Trailblazers.
And you really can't say that it's like they've been lights out here on this run, but they are just getting a lot of second chance opportunities.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. Jackson passes to Morris. Good work defensively by Anthony.
All the energy is on the other side right now, and every miss just makes.
Thanks so much, Dave, for the great interview. Don't go away, folks. We'll be back for the second.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey again, everybody. I'm Ernie Johnson. Shaq is here. The first quarter for the Trailblazers was fairly even. Their field goal percentage was a robust 50%. And
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. When you look at the balance of power between players and teams, Greg, does it feel like the players now have more say, more control than they used to?
No doubt. We're seeing more players demand trades, sign shorter contracts with opt-outs. And the irony of that is, in my era, our best players were fearful for the length of their contracts or the life expectancy of their careers, believe it or not. And these guys today, they understand their value. They know what they bring to the table, and they are utilizing that to the max.
And is that good, Greg, for the game?
I think so. I do think most guys want to win, and they understand that their legacies are going to be defined about whether or not they do.
Checking out the group for Tyronn Lue to start the second half. They've got Ivica Zubac. Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. And it's Batum in at the four-man position. Lillard misses. And here's George. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. 9-point game. Second half rolling along now. About a minute played here. Rondo finds Zubac. Here's Leonard outside for Rondo. Back to Leonard. Outside, George. From deep. The long distance three is buried. George has got 5 points now this quarter.
And we talk about George's confidence. When you have that kind of range, you should be confident.
Lillard outside. It's Covington on the wing. He's looking for McCollum and finds him. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Here's Nurkic, banked in off the glass. And the Trailblazers lead by 8.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Poke loose. Left side, Leonard. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Portland leading by 8. Lillard with it. He's picked up by Rondo. Jones kicks to Lillard. From deep three-point range. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Norman Powell's checked in for C.J. McCollum. For Los Angeles, they've gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half.
Well, you look at the career that Dame Lillard has had so far. Taken 6th in the 2012 draft out of Weber State, a small school, but this guy became a franchise player immediately for the Blazers. And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. And thinking of Lillard, the numbers over his career are incredible.
And Lillard found his strength as a shooter, and boy, did he exploit it. He's been averaging 20 points per game almost his entire career, and he's kept adding to his game as one of the elite players in our league.
And it's slammed in by Jones.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Batum for 3. Outside Leonard. Good D by Jones.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now is massive.
Portland shooting their first free throws of the game on this trip to the line. And the first one drops. Enes Kanter's checked in for Portland. Anthony comes in for Robert Covington. The Clippers also making some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubats. Marcus Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Kicks it out to Leonard. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
The NBA champion, Finals MVP, Kawhi has done a lot in a short time.
That one falls, so he hits both of them. 1:42 left in the third. The Trailblazers shooting their third and fourth free throw attempts of the game.
And they had a lot of success a season ago as a team, hitting about 80% of their free throws.
Both free throws good from Lillard.
Wearing the number 0 for a reason. Damian Lillard has it on his back for his city, Oakland. Just the latest star from the town.
Here's Morris. The three from George. Los Angeles with another miss. Trailblazers leading by 13. Here's Powell outside Anthony. This is to Cantor. Back to Anthony. Lillard up top, guarded by Jackson. And Cantor throws it down.
What I like here, even with the big lead, they continue to execute their offense.
They've taken nothing for granted. You can see they're playing the moment rather than the score.
Jackson gets the bucket. Jackson's got 6.
I mean, taking what the defense allows, Reggie can run the pick and roll in a variety of ways.
Here is Lillard. Pocket 6. To the paint. Got a piece of it. Jones the pass to Cantor. And they turn over the 24-second buzzer, signaling the shot clock violation. The Trailblazers making a switch here. McCollum's checked in. Clippers trail by 13. Here's George. And they pick up 2. He's got 9. Here's Lillard. Paul George with the steal. Here's Jackson. And Jackson throws it down hard.
A terrific ball thief. PG-13 knows it's a priority to create turnovers that spark the running game.
Lillard dishes to Jones. Back to Lillard. 1 second left. And the last shot at the buzzer doesn't go in for him.
Bringing a strong work ethic defensively. Morris grinding on the shoot.
And so it's the Portland Trailblazers. Ahead by 9 as the quarter comes to a close. And it's been their rugged defense setting the tone. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. The fourth quarter has arrived. So good to have you with us. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the fourth quarter. On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Derek Jones is out there with Anthony, and it's Cantor in at the center position. And Lillard kicks to McCollum. From deep. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And the Clippers will come the other way.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
George. And he wills that one in, sinking right through off the back iron.
And that pick takes the D totally out of the equation.
Hey, if you're not going to fight over, you're essentially giving the shooter the look he wants.
Lillard, the pass to Jones, to the middle. Here's Cantor. It's hauled in by Zubats. Zubats has got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's George. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. George has got 6 in the quarter. Pass to Lillard. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's his 3rd foul of the game. A different look now for Portland. Yusuf Nurkic comes in for Cantor. And Robert Covington subbed in for Anthony. And Los Angeles making a change here as well. Rajon Rondo is checked in for Jackson. Jones kicks to Lillard. 6 to shoot. And that one drops for him.
Almost unstoppable on the drive. Lillard's talent for ball handling, letting him just cut through the defense.
Here's Rondo. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Damian Lillard.
And with the offense getting right to the rim, at least they saved the layup.
And both free throws good from Rondo.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Here's Lillard. No good. Shot missing. Great D that time from Batum.
And the truth is, this league would have been much bigger had he shot better.
And we're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter now. And here's George for 3. And it's Portland with the rebound. Nurkic has got 5 rebounds tonight.
And they've controlled the glass throughout this game, but it's still close.
Portland moving the ball around. Kicks it out to Covington. 4 on the shot clock. And Nurkic with the basket on the assist from Covington. Covington's got 3 assists in the game. George finds Leonard. And the Clippers miss again.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
You know, to me, this is when you want to focus on creating for others. Give someone else a chance. It's called a teammate.
Batum passes to Rondo. Back to George. And again, no good by the Clippers. Trailblazers leading by 7. That's a 2 from Lillard. Nurkic in the post. Zubac's defending, and the ball travels out of bounds. It was last touched by Nurkic. And so it's Rondo bringing it up for Los Angeles. So far in the fourth quarter, they've allowed just 6 points. A 3 from Leonard. Changes up. Outside for George. Tries again. Zubac. Nice persistence to chip it back up and in.
Oh, and a nice job of turning that miss into 2 points on the tip in.
Hustle points, I believe they call them. Hustle points right there. On the wing, Jones. Back to Lillard. Bucket is good.
You won't find too many players with a better understanding of the pick and roll than Lillard. He runs that set to a T.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Trailblazer lead is cut down to 5 on the bucket from Paul George.
Paul George loves these situations. The bigger the moment, the more he wants to deliver.
And it's Rajon Rondo with the foul. That's his first foul. Lillard outside. He kicks to McCollum. Outside, Jones. 6 on the shot clock.
One of the best defenders in the NBA, Paul George displays strong timing and discipline.
And it's Leonard missing.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
Lillard left side. Rebound by the Clippers.
And that is the exact type of opportunity this offense is looking to create.
You know, if you get the ball to the right guy in the right spot, more often than not, you're coming away with points.
It's Covington on the wing. Lillard, the pass to McCollum. This one for 3. Hits it from 3-point range.
And you can't give McCollum any space. Always a threat to pull the trigger.
Leonard, that's for 2. Bucket's good.
I mean, unbelievable. It's one thing to be...
Thank you, David. Great interview once again. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For David... Hello again, everyone. Welcome to short a rotation play. Nothing that they can't overcome, but it does shrink their margin for error just a bit.
Short a rotation player, nothing they can't overcome, but it does shrink your margin for error just a bit.
Let's take a look at our starters for Portland. Pairing up in the backcourt, Lillard and McCollum. Jones is out there with Giles, and it's Nurkic in at the center position. And for Dallas, Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Josh Richardson out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney-Smith in at the small forward. And so it's the Mavericks getting on the board first. Pass to Jones. Trailblazers moving the ball around. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Giles. Kleba defending, and it's in there.
Yeah, coach's pet peeve there. No box out.
Those are free points you're giving away. You got to work harder on the glass.
Now, here's Doncic. Richardson outside. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. And the rebound by Nurkic.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. And known as a tremendous shooter for his size, Porzingis wasn't quite as accurate last season, which surprised some people.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, some people would automatically assume that because Doncic attracts so much attention that Porzingis would get more wide open looks. But you got to remember, Porzingis missed a full season and was coming off an injury and needed to reacclimate himself to NBA gameplay. So that takes usually a season plus another season before you're all the way back.
And Greg, Josh Richardson's a terrific ball handler out on the wing who can create for others.
Richardson gets a lot of assists per game at that wing position, not just looking to finish plays, but also to create for others. Very well-rounded threat on the offensive end, and that gives this team another dimension in terms of playmaking.
Here's Doncic. Here in the first quarter with about 2 minutes gone by. Pass to Finney-Smith. Doncic outside. Pass to Porzingis. Shoots over Nurkic. And stolen by Lillard. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And we have an intentional foul there, GA. Wish I could say why.
That one's pretty strange. I mean, no idea what got into his head right there.
And the foul on Josh Richardson. That is his first foul of the game. Giles, the pass to McCollum. His second shot goes in, off to a good start, 2 for 2.
Never seems to shy away from playing in attack mode. McCollum likes to keep the pressure on the D.
Doncic looking it over. Down low, it's tipped. Here's Cauley Stein. Nurkic with the block. Porzingis passes to Cauley Stein. Doncic against Lillard. And that one's good. Doncic.
Well, you look at Doncic, so confident, even from this area. He knows he can make it happen.
Lillard dishes to Nurkic. Back to Lillard. 1:58 left in the first quarter of the game. 5 on the clock. The pass to Nurkic. And it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Nurkic has got his second bucket. I'm sure you've got a list, Greg, of players you've visited with over the years who you really enjoy spending some time with and talking to.
I mean, there's so many, Kevin. A couple guys, and there is a little bias as a point guard, but Damian Lillard and Steph Curry and Chris Paul, 3 guys that, you know, I enjoy sitting down and talking shop with. Giannis, you know, witnessing his journey to greatness, all the while he remains humble and really appreciates his position. So several of these guys, I'm also not just an analyst partner, but a fan, and a big fan of theirs.
You are a fan indeed. Now Powell, after J.J. Redick's three-pointer that didn't go. Cantor kicks to Powell. Shoots over Brunson. They get it back. Right wing. Here's Simons. Buries the long-range jumper.
And they've had assists now on their last 3 baskets.
They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
Powell down low, covered by Anthony. The shot by Powell, no good.
Boy, that is awesome defense, guys, against a capable finisher. Well done. I'm sure the coaches love that.
Yeah, they have gone full throttle from the opening tip, showing no signs of letting up.
And, you know, when you've got a chance to put a team away early, you got to take it.
Here's Brunson after the made shot from Carmelo Anthony.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. And now the fast break. Anthony with the ball. Cantor kicks to Powell. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
I like their focus coming in. Terrific execution so far.
And, you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
Powell, the pass to Cauley-Stein. Back to Redick to end the run. And so it's the Portland Trailblazers looking at a 13-point lead heading into the next quarter. They've had such great... Well, earlier, Damian Lillard spoke to us about how he...
I look to the times where...
Greg, he's certainly a gentleman in victory and defeat.
You know, Lillard takes the L as a learning opportunity. Sure, it stings, but he also knows it can make them stronger if they use it right.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And guys, the Trailblazers enjoying a nice lead here.
What we saw in that first quarter, they won their matchups defensively.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, you look at the energy, the effort defensively, they put it all out there in that opening quarter.
On the court right now for the Trailblazers. Anthony out there with Powell. Then it's Enes Kanter. Then there's McCollum, and it's Simons in the point. Brunson kicks to Marjanovic. Good, nice job down low.
Really nice job moving the ball around that time, picking apart that defense.
Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far. So timeout called here, the first for Portland.
Every timeout, a chance to review the lineups, matchups, or call a play.
And I agree. I think there's going to be a new wrinkle in their game plan when they come out of this timeout.
A different look for Dallas. Dwight Powell's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Trey Burke comes in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And the Trailblazers making a change here as well. Giles is checked in. Pass to Simons. No good on the three. Mavericks trail by 13. On the wing, Doncic. Lots of room. Buries the jump shot. Doncic has got 6.
Well, you know what? It's really rare to see young players like Doncic have such offensive creativity in their games. Deadly from the mid-range.
Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Hey, Kevin, we know that for years the NBA has thought about a postseason play-in tournament, get more teams and fans involved. Last year's pandemic stoppage basically necessitated its implementation. For the NBA, the disruption of business as usual enabled innovation and risk-taking. I don't want to be too hoity-toity, but it was Albert Einstein who once said, "In the midst of every crisis lies great opportunity." Guys, back to you.
You're right. Thank you, David. McCollum outside. Pass to Kanter. Kicks it out to McCollum. And the baseline jumper, no good. The Mavericks have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason, I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
Kanter trying to free himself up. And the basket by McCollum. 7 points in the game.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
Clearly just an example of a different mindset between these teams.
Powell kicks to Doncic. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
Boy, he's really been dominant in this one. Unfortunately, he hasn't had much help.
1:43 left in the first half of the game. Here's Giles, guarded by Powell. In the corner, Powell with it. And the dunk by Powell.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one.
Well, I think he did plenty of damage nonetheless. I mean, it was only with one hand, but he still threw that down pretty hard.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. Portland also making some changes. Yusuf Nurkic, he's checked in for Enes Kanter. Jones comes in for McCollum, and Lillard subbed in for Anthony Simons. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Trailblazers.
And it's been about their defense. They're playing with a frenetic pace, putting a lot of pressure on the ball handlers and forcing turnovers.
They also came out of the locker room with their running shoes on. I mean, their transition game has been full throttle.
Richardson against Powell. Oh, that's blocked. And it's the Trailblazers on the break. And now we've got the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
Yeah, but that's no excuse for that kind of foul. I mean, that might be an explanation for it, but certainly doesn't justify it. And even then, it's just not a good play.
Anthony's checked in for Harry Giles. Nurkic. Out of bounds. Dallas will take possession. 20 seconds left here in the second. Redick surveying the D. But they recover it. That one drops for him.
Guys, you look at Porzingis, and it seems like he's got a knack for chasing down the ball on the offensive glass. Really good instincts.
Got it. Good job in the low post.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
If it's working, keep working it. That's what I say. Keep the...
All right, Dave, thank you. And time now for the halftime break with the third quarter suit.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the... After 2 quarters, it's Portland out in front. They are way out in front, leading by 7. And that does it for our...
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Kleba is the 4 with Porzingis in the middle. Doncic out there with Richardson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3, the small forward. So that's who Rick Carlisle starts the second half. Doncic with the block.
Yeah, the defense of Doncic looking a lot better. I mean, when he works hard at that end of the floor, he can get up and block some shots, too. Not a lot of them, but he can block a few.
For Dallas, they have been perfect at the line so far, albeit just 2 for 2. All 3 throws good from Doncic. Trailblazers leading by 15.
And where Finney-Smith really made strides last season, his consistency from range.
And you know, Greg, it was really his defense, the work ethic he brings, the effort level. I mean, that's always been there. I watched this kid play in college, and that's always been part of his package. But as an NBA wing, you've got to be able to knock down shots and help space the floor if you want to find your way into the lineup. And to Finney-Smith's credit, he's done that and has become a valuable part of the rotation.
Porzingis, good, and the assist goes to Doncic. Porzingis has got his second basket of the game.
Boy, what a brilliant find by Doncic.
McCollum dishes to Nurkic. Passes to Giles. Here's Lillard, guarded by Doncic. And it's Lillard missing.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Doncic against Lillard. Out to Doncic. Over Lillard. Clock at 6. Finney-Smith passes to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Fires the three. The rebound by Giles. Jones drives in. Up again. And the second chance effort by McCollum. McCollum's got 9 points.
Well, he's just zoned in. I mean, in most cases, taking quality shots very much within the flow of the offense.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Can't hit from 12. Portland leading by 15. Here's McCollum. Stolen away. Porzingis inside. Working on Nurkic. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. He's got 6.
Boy, you look at Porzingis. This guy is very skilled, and you give him those kind of looks, he'll cash in all day long.
McCollum kicks to Jones. Oh, and there's the alley-oop. Great communication on the alley-oop.
Oh, Kevin, get a load of that one. Take that play and put it in the alley-oop textbook, boys.
Perfectly done. You're right. He put it on a platter for him.
And a nice touch on the finish.
And now Portland on the break, and he commits the intentional foul. So it's both teams making substitutions here. Cullen passes to Jones. No stopping him there. And here we go. Coach's challenge happening right now. This one in regards to the personal foul, seeing if that was the right call.
And I think when it comes to some of the more difficult calls to make, personal fouls can be tough. The action is so fast that it's really tough to catch everything in real time.
The wonders of technology, Greg. We've seen replay reviews so effectively, and involving the coaches by being able now to challenge like this is something a lot of people have been hoping for. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
It all started with the pass. That's what coaches love to see, ball movement.
Here's Anthony. Third quarter action, and just under 3.5 minutes have gone. The shot by Powell, no good. Mavericks trail by 15. Marjanovic finds Brunson. Oh, he touched it while it was in the cylinder. That's offensive basket interference. Trailblazers leading by 15. 1:14 left in the third quarter of the game. Inside. Jones dishes to Cantor. And that comes off the assist by Jones. Cantor's got his first bucket in this one.
And really inside the paint is where Cantor thrives. His dominant approach lets him just own that space.
Runs in the pass to Cauley Stein. Uses the glass to finish the layup.
Yeah, the D has not been able to keep the ball out of the paint at that end of the floor.
Here's Simons. Brunson covering. The feed to Powell. A shot by Anthony. Nobody around. Here's Cantor. And they call the foul, so he's got the and one chance here to make it a three-point play.
And how about the toughness of Cantor? Outstanding at keeping his composure and just finding a way to capitalize.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Mike Powell comes in for Marjanovic. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Trey Burke. Now 8 seconds separating the two clocks. Brunson against Lillard. Goes up on the block. The drive by Redick. That one wide left.
And they've got a big lead, not just on the scoreboard, but really in the rebounding numbers as well.
And what I like about it, it's been a physical brand of basketball. It's had a little sandpaper element to it, gritty and rough, but that's how you win games.
And so it's the Portland Trail Blazers holding a big 18. And let's take this opportunity now to show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
Served him up a tasty room service dime right there, boy.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first three quarters. All right, now a chance to set the floor courtesy of Gatorade. Fourth quarter action, all fueled up and ready to go. On the court for the Trailblazers, the high-powered backcourt pair, Lillard and McCollum. Anthony is out there with Enes Kanter, and it's Jones in at the three. Back to Lillard. Shot clock at 6. There's the dish to Kanter. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And just a massive player. Nurkic's combination of size and strength helps him on that offensive glass.
Greg, when you played for the Knicks, I always heard that Charles Oakley would cook for the players. Is that true?
Absolutely. Oak was very particular about his food. And I got to tell you, he knows his way around the kitchen. And to be honest, I would never tell him otherwise.
Well, what was his specialty?
Whatever he made, it was special. It wouldn't matter.
Back to McCollum. Portland moving the ball around. Lillard from outside. Mavericks with the rebound. Porzingis has got 4 rebounds now tonight.
And you know what? They're winning, though, despite the fact that he has just been really off.
Well, I like the mindset of Richardson here, not settling for the jump shot.
Now Lillard. Portland needs to get off a shot. Mavericks trail by 15. To the inside. Stolen by McCollum. The tray. And it's Lillard missing.
You know, it's really surprising that they're up at this point, given that he's struggled so mightily.
The wide open look here for Porzingis. And that one off the back of the rim and in.
You know, Porzingis' game is custom made for the pick and pop stretch big. This guy can do damage from the perimeter.
McCollum feeling it out a bit. He dishes it to Nurkic. Lillard outside. Three-pointer. No good that time. Now the Mavericks take it the other way. And stolen by Lillard. And here we go. Trailblazers with a fast break. Giles leading the charge. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Lillard the pass to Giles. Porzingis with the block.
Boy, Porzingis doing a nice job staying in position and then using his reach to block shots.
From 11 feet away, rebound by Nurkic. Nurkic has got his 4th rebound in this one. And a wide open look for McCollum, and it's good. Assisting on the play was Lillard. Lillard's got 4 assists in the game. Mavericks trail by 16. Doncic outside. Kleba. The rebound by Giles. Giles has got rebound number 5 here tonight. And there's a minute 45 left in the 4th quarter. Nurkic kicks to Lillard. McCollum left side. Shoots over Doncic. McCollum no good. And so it's Porzingis. He'll bring it up for the Dallas Mavericks. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. A guy who just continues to earn more minutes. You know, Finney Smith is tough, and Greg, he is effective.
He seems to become a better rebounder every year, more efficient. He'll take charges, commits hard fouls, and I don't think we've seen his ceiling. Finney Smith is a guy you can win with.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. And Portland with a change here, too. Jones checked in for Carmelo Anthony. Dallas making a switch here. Redick is checked in. Cullen passes to Lillard. To the paint, trying to find Jones. He gets it to him. And the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And let's quickly check out the scoring breakdown here for Portland.
They keep piling up the assists, and they haven't cooled off at all.
They've been firing on all cylinders in the transition game, too. I mean, they've really run the break well.
And this is what they wanted. I mean, to announce their presence in this matchup with authority, very decisive. It can definitely be considered a statement win for the Trailblazers.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And something we've come to almost expect is greatness from this guy. Such an overall great performance it was for C.J. McCollum.
Boy, I can't recall a play that he wasn't involved in. He was so involved in so many plays tonight, a force on both ends.
And you can appreciate the fight now, but it isn't how they came into the game.
Yeah, you know, I agree with you. They waited too long to finally ramp themselves up.
To the middle. Stolen away. Nice job to interrupt the alley-oop attempt there. Here's Doncic. Misses from close range. And it's the Trailblazers with the ball. Here's Jones. The Mavericks pull it in. Here we go, one-on-one. Here's Porzingis, and the dunk by Porzingis.
How about that? Redick showing the same kind of accuracy on that pass as he has on his three-point shots, which is quite remarkable. That's how you drop a dime, though.
And so Portland takes this one, but by a bit. The view high above our broadcast. And they've got a few injuries on their bench. Less options, but you'd think not too big of an impact for them.
2 injuries, one of their stars out, but it's all about how you respond to the adversity.
Now a look at Dallas's starting lineup. They've got Porzingis, Josh Richardson out there with Doncic. Then it's Willie Cauley-Stein, and it's Finney-Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Clippers, Paul George is out there with Rajon Rondo. Then there's Batum. Then it's Ivica Zubac. And it's Leonard in at the 3 spot. Wide open look here for Cauley-Stein. And that one goes long.
He loved to make them pay for giving up that wide open jumper, just unable to do so.
Leonard, no luck. Now the Mavericks with it. Finney-Smith kicks to Richardson. His 3-pointers off the mark. Batum with the ball. Out defended by Cauley-Stein. A shot by George. Wide open. Off target with his 3. Doncic outside. 9 feet out. The shot's good.
And showing he's got a few tricks up his sleeve there. Doncic's handles are very impressive.
Here's Leonard. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds. The Clippers able to retain possession here. And it's the Clippers with the ball. Here's Rondo.
Well, you can see Porzingis taking some pride right now on the defensive end of the floor, taking care of the shooter with his long wingspan that time.
Yeah, trying to get going here, but that's an offer for the first 5 here to start the game.
On the wing, Doncic. To the right side. Finney-Smith passes to Doncic. Just 5 on the clock. On the wing, Doncic. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. The first quarter of action, 2 minutes in. Here's Rondo. And that won't go, missing the go-ahead bucket. The Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. Doncic against Zubac. Shot, high post. And it's Doncic missing.
D giving him that shot, and that's probably not a good idea, but I guess they knew what they were doing that time.
George against Richardson. A nice shot by George.
Think back to when Paul George entered the league in the 2010-11 season for the Indiana Pacers, a skinny kid. Not so much anymore.
Now here's Richardson. Doncic kicks to Richardson. Gets the 3-pointer to fall. Hey, Greg, you played in a different era of NBA defense. When you look at how defense is played now in the league, how do you feel about it?
You know, Kevin, I think the introduction of the zone, by and large, has been great. You get a lot more switching, and I think it brings more skill into the game. Don't get me wrong. I do miss the physicality that we had back in the 90s, but I tell you what, right now, my body wishes I had the opportunity to play in this era.
I bet it does. Doncic passes to Finney-Smith. Porzingis with the ball, defended by Batum, stolen by Zubac. Leonard finds Rondo. Now here's Zubac. Good ball movement here by the Clippers. Leonard against Richardson. Batum. It's rebounded by Dallas.
We're not going to see that very often. The defense in the vicinity, but still, he's not one to blow layups.
Here's Porzingis. It's hauled in by Zubac. Los Angeles has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
And the Croatian big man, Ivica Zubac, a big hip-hop fan. His teammates call him Zupac.
It's amazing that he was traded from the Lakers to the Clippers, so still home games here at Staples Center.
And here are the Mavericks now after the Clippers pick up 2. And George gets the whistle that time. That's his first foul. And Los Angeles with some changes. Patrick Patterson, he's checked in for Zubac. Morris comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Jackson in for Rajon Rondo. Then for the Mavericks, Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Hardaway comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Doncic. From deep, George. Come on. That shot, no good. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Well, you have to like their work on the boards, Kevin, particularly here to start the game.
So smooth. The little pump fake, get the defender in the air. As if Leonard wasn't hard enough to cover, he's adding that to his game.
The Clippers shooting their first free throws. First trip to the line in this one. Los Angeles making a switch here. Mann's checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Marjanovic checked in for Porzingis. Mike Powell comes in for Maxi Kleber. And J.J. Redick is subbed in for Richardson. Redick passes to Powell. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup.
Well, this is when you start to talk about Redick not just always looking for offense, clearly looking for teammates there.
Here's Jackson with 1 on the clock, and some nice defense there to end the quarter. At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. And getting going again here in the second quarter. Fairly close game so far. And taking a look at Los Angeles' performance here, what have they been doing or not doing?
Well, in that first quarter, they were intent on just pounding the ball down low.
And you don't see that all that often, getting down there and doing that much damage in a quarter. You got to respect the game plan.
On the floor for Dallas, Maxi Kleber is out there with Powell. Then there's J.J. Redick. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Hardaway in at the small forward position. Now here's Brunson. He's been quiet so far. Still no points in the game. Stolen by Jackson. And now the Clippers on the break. Mann passes to Kennard. Down low. Powell against Patterson. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Morris. That's tipped. Kleber up top. Covered by Morris. Good on that shot, and with that, the Los Angeles lead is cut down now to just 3 on the basket from Hardaway.
Hardaway Jr. going to work right now on the offensive end.
Now, here is Morris. Pass to Kennard. Good for the basket. Starting off 1 for 1 with that shot.
And those are the kind of nice inside looks they've gotten here in the first half.
And here's Brunson. He'll bring it up for Dallas. Redick passes to Brunson. Back to Redick. And that's out of bounds. Dallas will retain possession.
Great energy on the deflection and a good job disrupting their offense.
Yeah, appreciate the work right now on the defensive end.
Marjanovic checked in for Dallas. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. Clippers leading by 5. Jackson looking around. In the corner, Kennard with it. Out of bounds. It'll be Mavericks ball. Zubac is checked in for Los Angeles. Mavericks trail by 5. Brunson the pass to Powell. And the rejection by Zubac. And pushing it up. Here's Los Angeles. Jackson with it. Hardaway picks him up.
And just a great second quarter for them after such a difficult first. Bringing that field goal percentage up from below 30 and now with the lead.
And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Hardaway finds Brunson. Redick with the 3. Again, the miss by the Mavericks. Clippers have gone 3 of 4 from the floor here in the second quarter. Kennard, the pass to Morris. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Outside Hardaway. Back to Powell. Stolen by Zubac. Here we go, 1-on-1. And Kennard wide open. He shoots. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits. Pass to Redick. And the foul called on Marcus Morris. That's his first foul. Los Angeles making a switch here. Batum's checked in. We've got 1:55 left to play in the first half. Yep, it goes, and the Clipper lead is cut to just 5 points on the basket from J.J. Redick.
Proving he's more than just an outside shooter. Redick also has a sweet touch from that area.
Now, here's Kennard. Here's Zubac, and the dunk by Zubac.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Brunson kicks to Redick. Hardaway with it. Lets it go from 11. No good off the back of the rim. Morris against Hardaway. And Morris throws it down.
And the thing about Morris, doesn't have the big vertical, but tenacious once he gets around the rim.
They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Out to Hardaway. To the paint. Here's Powell. That's basket number 2 with his third shot off to a fast 2 for 3.
The coaching staff would like some more shots from that range.
The pass to Zubac. It's stolen by Marjanovic. Here's Hardaway, and then Hardaway with the dunk.
Woo, Tim Hardaway Jr. up and at it that time.
To the inside. And the rejection by Marjanovic. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
You know, this is not an area where they expect him to contribute. You know, he's a guy that shot below 70% last season.
For the Clippers, Leonard, he's checked in for Morris. Paul George comes in for Luke Kennard. Rajon Rondo subbed in for Jackson. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Porzingis is checked in for Marjanovic. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. For Dallas, they have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The first one falls.
And possesses such a refined feel for the game that Doncic knows he has what it takes to be a great player in this league.
Richardson against George. Two on the clock.
Oh, man. Fans love that. Listen to that. I love that sound in the arena. Kind of fun when you see his personality come out in his game like that.
Thanks for the great interview, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of basketball, followed.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greeting. A pretty close game for the Clippers throughout the first quarter. At its highest, their lead topped out. And
second half of basketball upon us. We may be in for an exciting finish based on how close of a game it's been so far. You have to like what we're seeing so far from Kawhi Leonard.
Yeah, there is no stopping him, and you can't even contain him at this point. He is that talented.
Yeah, I don't know if you have enough game plans to slow him down. How do you guard a guy that good?
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade for the second half of basketball. So for the Clippers right now, Rajon Rondo is out there with Paul George. Then there's Kawhi Leonard. Then there's Batum. And it's Zubac in at the center, locking down the middle. Down to 5 on the shot clock. 20 feet out. And a little luck that time, but it drops. Doncic has got the first points of the third quarter up on the board for the Mavs. Leonard attacking, fouled on the shot and picks up 2 points. So 1 free throw coming up.
That's the power and strength he brings. Kawhi able to absorb the contact. I'm not even sure he felt it and still knocks it down.
Mavericks trailed by 4. Doncic dishes to Richardson. And a minute played as the second half gets going. Now Doncic, he has 6. That one good for 2. Greg, is a broadcaster, who have been some of your favorite personalities to cover?
Man, that's a great question. You know, most of the stars, I'm a big fan of Durant and Steph and LeBron and those guys. Chris Paul's another one that's a favorite. So many other guys, you know, there's so much more personality and so much more confidence these guys have working in front of the camera. I think that just makes for a better experience.
Somebody asked me the other day, who is my favorite? You know who I said?
Who was that?
Greg Anthony.
Oh, you're just saying that because it's true.
Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for Porzingis.
That's a stomach punch, guys. Turn it over and give him a free run to the bucket.
Oh, you're so right. No question who has the momentum now.
Execution with pace. That's a bad turnover that simply was telegraphed.
Doncic passes to Richardson. Here's Finney-Smith on the wing. Doncic. That one rolling around and rims out. And pushing it up. Here's the Clippers. Leonard finds Patterson. Some nice ball movement by the Clippers. Leonard attacking and finished off by Leonard.
And for a player who didn't enter the league with breakdown ability off the dribble, guess what? Kawhi will break you down.
Mavericks trail by 6. Richardson outside. To the left wing. Now, here's Doncic. He's got 8. And stolen by Patterson. Right side, Leonard. Back to Rondo. Outside, Leonard. Over to the left wing. Here's Mann. And it's Finney-Smith with the rebound. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to start the second half. Kicks to Doncic. Here's Finney-Smith. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third. Intercepted. Kleber with it. Leonard picks him up. Pass to Finney-Smith. Can they get it? And he connects with the jumper. Finney-Smith's got his first points of the game. Los Angeles leading by 4. Here's Mann. Outside Leonard. Here's Mann. Richardson covering. Just 5 to shoot. Mann gets the bucket. Mann's got 4 points this quarter.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Out to the wing. On the wing, Doncic. He's covered by Rondo. It's stolen by Rondo. 32 seconds left in the third quarter. Patterson passes to Mann. Outside Batum, and again the turnover by the Clippers.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
And it's a completely new group on the floor for the Mavericks. And here's Brunson. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Redick surveying the D. In the corner, Hardaway with it. Here's Marjanovic. No good. And so it's Los Angeles with their lead standing at 6 points here at the end of the quarter. And a moment now as we take a look at our State Farm assists of the game.
And he's always been the favorite to bag this honor. These kind of feeds are his bread and butter.
Doesn't happen with every point guard in the league as far as setting your teammates up. Lots more scorers now, but right there creating the scoring opportunity for his teammate.
Well, this has been a great contest so far, and I imagine the fourth quarter could have even more action in store for us. On the floor for Dallas, they've got Dwight Powell, Jalen Brunson out there with J.J. Redick. Then there's Hardaway, and it's Porzingis in at the 5. Porzingis shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. It's on Kawhi Leonard.
You can hear the coaches from the sideline saying, stay down. You can't fall for the pump fake, but Porzingis adept at it there. Well, when he gets into a groove at the free throw line, it doesn't just last for tonight. This might be 2 weeks, 2 months, something like that.
And George, here we go. And it's George finishing it off.
Yeah, Paul George, look out. Hammers that one home.
On the wing, Hardaway. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. And the technical free throw is good.
Well, after the boos on draft night when he got to the league, you could immediately recognize the unique talents of Kristaps Porzingis, and he keeps trying to raise the bar for himself. An exciting young player for the league.
And the Mavericks making a change here. Cauley Stein's checked in. Leonard with no one around. That falls. Nice feed that time from George. George has got 3 assists in the game. Brunson the pass to Hardaway. Now here's Redick. He's covered by Leonard. And Redick kicks to Brunson. Back to Redick. Dallas moving the ball around. 6 to shoot. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Hardaway for 3. Drains the three-pointer.
Mano y mano. This is where it can get a little personal.
Yeah, again, you can't take this too far to make it too selfish, but that exchange, that's fun to watch.
And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Marjanovic checked in for Willie Cauley-Stein. Dorian Finney-Smith comes in for Hardaway. Josh Richardson's checked in for J.J. Redick. And Doncic is subbed in for Jalen Brunson. And that's a foul. It's called on Reggie Jackson. That's foul number 2 for him. Rajon Rondo's checked in for Reggie Jackson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Hardaway's checked in. Doncic. It's hauled in by Zubac. Los Angeles leading by 5. Here's Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Now, what a game by Leonard, but you wouldn't know it by the way he's reacting out there. Just stone-faced, but getting the job done.
Doncic dishes to Hardaway. Back to Doncic. And it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Hardaway.
Well, that's 2 teammates who need to reintroduce themselves to one another, not on the same page.
The Clippers have gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. George against Richardson. George passes to Morris. Outside, George. Los Angeles needs to get off a shot here. Morris, no good.
Not his best game, but they're still getting it done collectively.
Porzingis with the ball, guarded now by Morris. And so it's Leonard with it. He'll bring it up for Los Angeles. George, no good.
A lot of defenders choose to just back up off of him when he's in that tight, try to avoid the and one, and this time they're not backing off.
Marjanovic finds Richardson. Porzingis inside. Zubac defending. Clippers leading by 7. Fourth quarter keeps moving right along. 3 minutes gone so far. George looking around. And George with the stuff.
George is not settling for low percentage plays right now. He's putting the defense in a really tough position.
Richardson outside. Inside. Out to Doncic. Passes it to Porzingis. And out of bounds as Los Angeles gains possession. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for the Clippers. The Mavericks also with a sub. Cauley-Stein. He's checked in for Marjanovic. Rondo dishes to George. Pass to Zubac. And the dunk by Zubac.
When you're a veteran player like Paul George, you understand that even 24 seconds is a long time. Great patience to wait for that play.
Out to Doncic. Puts up a three. And the rebound goes to Rajon Rondo. Clippers leading by 11. Batum passes to Zubac. Back to Batum. Zubac with it. It's George on the wing. And they force the shot clock violation. Great D. Dallas has gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Count it.
And he's capable of scoring from anywhere, really. Doncic has a strong grasp here of the mid-range.
Rondo passes to Zubac. Richardson against George. And it's George finishing it off.
Making every effort to put this game on ice.
Love that the guys are staying aggressive late in this ball game, just not wanting to let go of the rope.
And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And he shows the focus there, nails the technical.
Tim Hardaway Jr. has some nights where it just looks effortless for him to get out and get 20 points. It's nice when he rebounds and passes in those games as well, showing complete game.
Burke, the pass to Marjanovic. They swipe it. Here's Coffey. The pass to Oturu. Back to Patterson. Over to the wing. So the Clippers winning this one easily. All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. And that'll do it, folks.